The sole purpose of this podcast is really to drive awareness. First of all, you need to know about this event. That's first. Secondly, you need to register to be at this event. Okay, that's second, because this event is something that you have never experienced before. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the official launch episode of the Athletes Unite podcast. My name is Jonathan Jones, and I am the founder of Podcasting for Players. And I'm teaming up with Miss Classye James. Classye, talk to us. Talk to us.
What's up? Listen, I am so excited to have this podcast where we talk about all things conference, speakers, sponsorships, partnerships. But I will say, I was not thinking of having a podcast until you reached out to me. And I was like, well, he is the king of podcasts as far as I'm concerned. So if Jonathan Jones is saying we need to have a podcast, let's have a podcast. So we're here today, and I know I'm excited about it. I really will say I'm excited about talking about the event, and talking about just all things Athletes Unite related.
Yeah, and I one thing I want the people to make sure that they understand that this podcast, the sole purpose of this podcast is really to drive awareness. First of all, you need to know about this event. That's first. Secondly, you need to register to be at this event. Okay, that's second, because this event is something that you have never experienced before. Because we're gonna have athletes in the building, right? Former athletes and current student athletes in the building. We're gonna have some. We're gonna have companies and corporations in the building looking for talent to potentially get a job.
Yeah.
In a, in addition, Classy, talk to me, man. Talk to me. I'm getting hyped up over here. Talk to me.
So I give everyone the spiel in my pitch deck. I say this is a game-changing event in the world of athletics. Our emphasis is mental health while providing an opportunity for athletes to create career and business and entrepreneurship resources, like just opportunities, right? If you want to become an entrepreneur, we got former athletes that are doing amazing things, fundraising millions of dollars, right? We have former athletes that are working at some of the biggest Fortune 100 and 500 companies that are talking about their career journey. We have former athletes that are now professional mental health therapists, psychotherapists, counselors, right? Nutritionists. And so the amount of information that attendees are going to get over the course of a day and a half, it's never been done before. So I love breaking, records, making history, and I'm doing that with this event. But putting together this type of event has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And, there are some days I'm like, I'm so excited for July 15th. And there are some days I'm like, dang, I need about an extra year to plan this event. So I think that what we're going to do is take our listeners through the journey in
Mm.
creating this event, the journey in the trials and tribulations that I personally have went through in putting together this event, the journey in talking to the speakers. Some of these speakers, I came to them 2 years ago when the conference was called the Life After Sports Conference, and got them locked in and committed, and they have been a part of this journey with me. They've gone through the name change, they've gone through COVID with me. They have really leaned into me to make sure that I'm good and have stood by me. So I'm so excited to have those speakers on the podcast, and then also to the companies that invested in something that's never been done before. Like, I have gotten companies cut me some pretty nice checks based off of who I am and my pitch and my passion. And we're going to
Mm.
interview some of them in some of our episodes. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to talk about this event. I'm really excited to talk to the sponsors, the partners, and the speakers. And I can now say that I'm really excited for the conference that's taking place July 15th and 16th at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis this summer. It has been long overdue, and
Mhm.
I'm finally excited to get everyone together in one room. Initially, this event was going to be hybrid, which means both virtual and in person. But we decided that we're tired of virtual stuff. Everything throughout COVID was virtual, so this event will only be in person. So I believe that when people come together, the energy of that in person experience is unmatched to anything virtual. So if you want to participate in the inaugural Athletes Unite conference, make your way to Atlanta, Georgia. Like, make your way to Atlanta. I don't care if you got to walk, got to take a bus, got to take a train, got to take a plane. Find your way. The event's free too. We forgot to mention that. It's free.
Mm,
And we're going to have
mm,
food there. I raised money. I
mm.
raised money to feed y'all. And the event's free. Okay.
Lord have mercy. But so look, Classy. One thing I also want to just highlight, because you said it, and I don't want to brush past it, because one, you talked about, and we're gonna go deeper in this in another episode. This is just the first episode, and I'm already hyped. But you talked about just the labor and just the investment of time, energy, sweat, tears of you creating this thing. And one thing that we know as athletes, one thing that we know and understand is the fact that we need team, we need camaraderie, because when we're around a team, then we have a brother or a sister to compete against, so that we can become our best selves,
Mhm.
right? We have that support, we have the coaches, we have the mentors. And that's why I'm really excited about this particular event, because it's going to be individuals who are high achievers, individuals who are striving to be their best selves, and we're going to get to break bread together. And that's where, because the conference is going to be super super dope, and then when we get that time to break bread together, that's when we're going to have the real conversations as well, talking about struggles in life, talking about how'd you navigate through this or through that. I'm amped right now. I'm amped. I'm amped.
I'm excited because I think even at the most basic and fundamental level, if we just got all of the speakers together in one place and we're like, how do we together come together
Mhm.
as a unit and be the change that we want to see in the athletic space? That would be a successful event. But the fact
Mm.
that not only do we have the speakers coming together, but then we have people showing up for themselves, whether they live in Atlanta or not, investing their time to really learn from our speakers, to connect with our, you know, partnering companies that are looking to hire athletes. I think I keep saying it's going to be a game changing event, and it is going to be a game changing event because now I think it's going to force people to really think about life after sports. Because if you're in a room full of people talking about it was hard, and I have Hall of Famers from the NFL speaking, all the way down to some of us that, like myself, didn't even get a senior season because I got hurt. So you have the balance of some of the most elite athletes talking about how they struggled just as much as someone that went to a mid-major college, or even didn't even make it to playing in college but stopped in high school, but they also had the same challenges and struggles. So it goes to show you that it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what sports you played, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. We all have to go through this journey of life after sports and navigate it in a way that is conducive for us, and that makes sense for us both mentally, physically, spiritually, all of the things.
Boom. There it is. There it is. So of course you can stay up to date by following Shakeout LLC on Instagram. But Classy, what's the website where people can go and then they can go and get registered? Of course, we're gonna have it down in the show notes. But just so for the people who might be just listening through the audio, Classy, give them that website link.
So that website link is actually really, really long. So just go to listen, it's like register.socio.something. We're using a Cisco product. I guess we forgot to mention that this episode is sponsored by Cisco. We will be using Cisco technology at the event, but the best place to find the link to register is going to www.shakeoutllc.com and clicking the tab that says get your conference ticket. You can also follow The Shakeout Instagram, Shakeout LLC. That link is in the bio. The link is in my personal bio at Classye James on Instagram. I think it's also in the bios of some of my speakers. Like everybody's promoting this event, but head over to the Shakeout website and get your ticket today.
Boom. There it is. So that wraps up the first episode of the Athletes Unite podcast. We're about to go ahead and get out of here. I'm Jonathan Jones. That's
I'm
Classye
Classye
James.
James.
Hey, and we'll see you on the next one. We'll see you on that because it's all about helping athletes prepare for life after sports. We'll see y'all next time.